Module 6, colon dot. Communication in organizations. Module overview. Dot. Communication is the lifeblood of any organization. It is the invisible thread that binds together people, processes, systems, decisions, strategy, and outcomes. In its absence, even the most capable workforce will flounder in confusion, misalignment, and inefficiency. This module delves extensively into the role, types, processes, barriers, technologies, and dynamics of communication in organizational settings. Communication is not simply about sending information, it is about ensuring mutual understanding, alignment of purpose, and collaborative action. In today's globalized, fast paced, and hybrid workplace environments, the need for strategic, clear, culturally aware, technologically adept, and emotionally intelligent communication has become a key competitive advantage. This module explores both formal and informal communication, verbal and nonverbal channels, internal and external stakeholders, cross-cultural differences, grapevine and gossip, organizational silence, and the transformational power of transparent leadership communication. Learning objectives. By the end of this module, you will be able to understand the fundamental principles and functions of communication in organizations, identify types and channels of communication, explain the communication process model and elements, recognize barriers and breakdowns in communication, develop effective listening, feedback, and presentation skills, explore digital communication tools and virtual communication, understand intercultural and intergenerational communication dynamics, analyze the impact of leadership and organizational culture on communication flow, apply strategies to improve communication effectiveness and organizational cohesion. Section 1.0: The nature and importance of communication. Communication is the exchange of ideas, facts, emotions, and instructions between individuals or groups, using spoken, written, visual, or behavioral symbols to achieve understanding. Why communication is essential in organizations. Aligns employees with organizational vision, facilitates effective decision-making, drives collaboration and teamwork, prevents misunderstandings and conflict, promotes employee engagement, enhances productivity and innovation, maintains customer relationships, supports crisis management and change initiatives. Section 2, colon, the communication process, model, element, description, sender, initiates message, defines purpose, encoding, translates thoughts into symbols, words, visuals, message, actual content transmitted medium/channel pathway, email, speech, memo, etc. Receiver, target of the message, decoding, interprets the message, feedback, response sent back to the sender, noise, any interference that distorts the message, e.g., language, emotion, distractions. Effective communication occurs when the sender's intended message is correctly understood by the receiver. Section 3, colon, types and channels of communication. Based on direction, dot, downward communication, from top management to subordinates, e.g., policies, instructions. Upward communication, from subordinates to management, e.g., reports, feedback. Horizontal communication, between peers or departments, e.g., coordination. Diagonal communication, between different levels and departments, e.g., project collaboration. Based on mode, dot, verbal communication, spoken language, tone, clarity, written communication, memos, reports, emails, manuals, nonverbal communication, body language, facial expressions, posture, eye contact, visual communication, charts, graphs, infographics, videos. Section 4, colon, formal versus informal communication feature, formal communication, informal communication structure, hierarchical, rule-based casual, spontaneous purpose, business-related tasks, relationship-building medium, memos, official meetings, gossip, grapevine, hallway chats, control, monitored and documented, unmonitored, free-flowing informal communication, though unstructured, can be a powerful source of organizational insight, trust building, and feedback. Section 5, barriers to effective communication. Physical barriers: distance, poor equipment, noise. Semantic barriers: jargon, technical language, unclear messages. Psychological barriers: prejudices, defensiveness, fear. Cultural barriers: language differences, values, traditions. Organizational barriers: poor structure, information overload, rigid hierarchies. Emotional barriers: stress, anger, low emotional intelligence. Solutions: active listening, empathy, clarity, feedback loops, simplified messaging, training. Section 6, listening and feedback. Listening is not passive, it's an active, intentional skill that builds trust, engagement, and mutual respect. Types of listening: active listening, full attention, paraphrasing, asking questions. Empathetic listening, understanding emotions and perspectives. Critical listening, evaluating ideas for logic and credibility. Selective listening, only hearing parts that interest the listener. Ineffective. Effective feedback, period. Timely and specific. Constructive, not personal. Two-way dialogue. Focuses on behavior, not character. Section 7, digital communication and virtual collaboration. Digital platforms, e.g., Zoom, Slack, Teams, WhatsApp, have transformed communication, but also introduced new complexities. Benefits: speed and reach collaboration across time zones. Documentation and tracking. Asynchronous communication, e.g., emails. Challenges: misinterpretation due to lack of tone, chaka body language. Overcommunication and burnout. Distraction and multitasking. Security and confidentiality risks. Tips: video on for meetings, clear subject lines, emoji use with caution, summarize action points. Section 8, cross-cultural and intergenerational communication. In global organizations, teams often include diverse cultures, languages, and age groups. Cultural nuances: high context versus low context communication. Direct versus indirect expression power distance. Use of silence and nonverbal cues. Generational expectations. Baby boomers value hierarchy and face-to-face communication. Gen X prefers autonomy and emails. Millennials favor collaboration and real-time tools. Gen Z expects instant communication, emojis, and brevity. You must adapt communication styles to bridge cultural and generational gaps. Section 9, communication and organizational culture. An organization's culture shapes how communication flows. Open cultures encourage transparency, innovation, and feedback. Toxic cultures breed silence, fear, and misinformation. Trust, psychological safety, and inclusiveness are keys to healthy dialogue. You must model transparent and inclusive communication to influence the broader culture. Section 10, crisis communication and change management. During crisis or change, period. Speed, honesty, and empathy are critical. Rumors must be addressed with facts. Stakeholders need clear expectations. Use multiple channels for reinforcement. Regular updates reduce anxiety. Failure to communicate during uncertainty creates a vacuum filled with fear, speculation, and resistance. Conclusion: communication is not a soft skill, it is a strategic, operational, and cultural pillar. Organizations that communicate effectively enjoy greater employee engagement, customer loyalty, innovation, efficiency, and reputation. You must not only communicate clearly, but listen actively, adapt empathetically, and influence ethically. Communication is not simply a message, it's a mirror of the organization's soul.